What has been your biggest investment regret so far this year? The year is almost over. Have you had any buys or sells you regret? Or maybe not making a move when you should have? For myself, my biggest regret was not buying the Walla Regional Bank when it was under $8 during the banking crisis. Selling NVDIA at $250 cause that AI bubble is gonna pop any day now. Neo garbage. The first ever stock I bought with my new brokerage account this year was this scam EV company called Mullen. Put about $200 in thinking it would be the next Tesla and watched as my money shrank. 4 or 5 stock splits later, my 500 shares were now 3 shares worth 30 cents each. Definitely learned my lesson since then. Disney really thought with their IP, parks, etc. they would keep printing money. Bought Facebook at the absolute bottom and then sold at 129 thinking that I was a fucking prodigy. Buying food. Not buying Nvidia at $126. Listening to the internet. Alibaba. Everything. Letting the short put on $F at the $14 strike get exercised instead of just eating a loss and rolling. So yay. I'm in $F investor now. LMAO. Bought Nvidia at $100 to $150, sold at $275-ish thinking I am so smart. Good thing a client sold all his at $450-ish and netted $600K gain. My largest holding PYPL shit. Disney woozy face. Bought T $30. Waiting, shit. It ain't coming back. Lucid wasn't a great move on my part. But this year hasn't been bad. I'm still not done grinding my way out of some monstrously dumb moves last year. Back around January or February when next general AI was suddenly a reality, I bought several AI-related stocks. Microsoft, Nvidia and a few others thinking to hold them for a while. The market took a downturn and I went to all cash only to see all my picks go up 2-5x each over the rest of the year. Oh well. Buying calls and market sank and then buying puts when the market subsequently rallied. I hope I get a holiday card from Fidelity. Not many. I was down so much in Apple and Google but managed to hold both. And they turn green in months. I fucked my Rivian option exits in July. I should be 150K but I'm 5K. And still sad. Zim. PSNY. I wanted to add a non-Tesla EV to my portfolio and felt they were the best performing company. I still like the company. But their financials and stock have been terrible. I've lost a lot of money on it this year. EV and renewable, wish I had sold. That was a crazy party. $Neo in 2021. ALB. I thought it was a sure thing with demand for lithium rising, but I am down like 40. Had 4,000 shares of Lilly. Got very overweighted as of my total portfolio. Sold half at 340 and it's now at 567. Still holding the other half, so that's great, but what could have been? Face with raised eyebrow. Insert Spirit Airlines here. Debating on doubling down in case they win. Most profitable year since 2011 thanks to Meta. CRM. Google. AMZN. On the downside, I bought PSNYW a 3.8 cost basis. Will likely sell in December to offset gains. Biggest regret is not buying even more Google at 90 share. Glaringly undervalued and I should have loaded up. Flat. CHPT. Everything I bought this year tanked. IDK if this year or late 2022, but definitely Disney. I bought at $137 and now it's like $80. I'm super bummed I didn't put all my money into PLTR like I wanted to when it was $6, $7. Well, recently sold my BRK at an 18 gain, and then this earnings was a good one, so we will see if how much of a regret that was. Also, holding on to a 25 leveraged Canadian bank fund that I should have seen the writing on the wall and waited to dump a ton of money into. Oh well. The dividends give me 4 new shares every month now, so I'll just keep averaging down and increasing that sweet divvy. SPCE lost 3.5 kfml. Buying Nvidia puts at $420 2 months out, only to watch it rocket to almost $490, then come back down to $420 right after my puts expired. Fuck me. Selling PLTR at a loss when I should have just committed myself to holding it for 5-10 years. AMD. Shorting CS and Wall too early. Not trading top and CXAI during the squeeze. Refraining from longing MSFT and NVDA before the AI boom. There might be a few more I'm not remembering right now. Edit not longing TUP while it was trading in ranges under $1. Not longing NNOX in April before it soared. Not wheeling LCID while it was trading sideways for months before the recent dilution. Oh, and day trading TSLA. Got wrecked multiple times while chasing the tape. Not buying as much Google earlier this year. Lump sum in September to ETFs instead of dollar cost average over the next few months. All in all, I am doing great. But I wish I entered ETF at a lower price. Almost bought 130,000 shares PLTR before the earnings back when it was around 7.40 7.50 per share that afternoon, because I felt like I could be patient if it got to at least 12.14. But also Meta and NVDA along, like some others have said. Smoked playin' dollar NVDA puts way too soon. Bought in phase at 130. My broker selling AMD without my knowledge. I needed some cash, then 6 months later telling me to buy it. No regrets. Still bag hold losses from 2021. I imagine if I wait for 4 more years I will be able to take gain. Started selling losses on a green day by selling gains to come up close to 3K net for the year. INTC, lost about $5,000 on it. Definitely ORGN. Thankfully only had a tiny parcel of shares and as such could DCA. It happens. Blindsided most investors with an announcement, but still semi-optimistic, although won't increase any holdings after the first and last DCA until further announcements. INTC. Sold because it was read too long. And now it's up. In hindsight, I shouldn't have even bought it. Also my 1 share of Unity betting on the change in leadership giving it upside, but things aren't looking good. BX cycled uphill and then rolled downhill further back than where we started cycling. Everything has been dandy otherwise. And goddamn BTBT. Thought the new Bitcoin ETF will take it over 40 and now we're sitting at 25. NVDA and selling deck cause the market would be in decline this quarter. Fuggin' deck is a monster. And the news don't know shit. Sold Shopify at $26. LPG. I bought 140 at a 22 cost basis. I had more cash on hand and it was riding around 30-ish for a while. It fell a few bucks back to 25 2 months ago. I thought it would fall down a bit more. Well, I missed the boat, especially last week when it ripped almost 50 in a week. It's at 38 now. And I have no cash on hand since it put it in other stocks. I wish I had bought when it hit 25. Not buying Tesla FB at its all-time low. At least, I brought Wall and other banks. Dollar General.